Welcome, everybody. We are back. We have a great show for you today. Steam. It's what powers our devices, right?
in your dreams,
I guess in my steampunk reality. Anyway, so yes, Steam is still making headways across everywhere because that's what they do. They're Steam. You can't contain it. It's Steam.
Yeah, you're full of hot steam. That's what you are.
This podcast today is powered by mushrooms, everybody.
Are you trying to get away from coffee?
No, it's still coffee.
It's mushroom coffee,
right? It still contains real coffee.
Did you buy it from an ad, or did you? What made you want to buy that coffee?
To try it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's still mostly real coffee. But yeah. But I did not buy, so everybody knows I did not buy Rise because I think that's a ripoff, actually.
No, why is that?
Because they charge like $70, something like that, for one thing of it.
What?
Yeah.
70?
70.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's stupid. There's 1,000 other brands out there doing it, too. They're the same exact ingredients. Just do your due diligence and look at the reviews and see what people are saying about it. Review the company, where they're getting their stuff, what the resources are, all that stuff, fun stuff. You know. Anyway, there's other options out there than Rise, because Rise charges way too much, and I think they're ripping people off. But I did want to try the mushroom coffee thing, so that's what I did. And it's not too bad. It just tastes like coffee, actually. And the main reason why. So, does anybody know the magic reason why that is? That just tastes like coffee?
As he takes another sip. Halloween, huh?
Because mushrooms don't have much of a flavor. That's why I feel.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. I just don't like the texture.
Oh.
But isn't there supposed to be like a bunch of good stuff in it?
Well,
healthy stuff.
Well, mushrooms have a lot of good stuff in them.
I know, but
they have a lot of
the particular one.
They have a lot of minerals in them. They also have. There's a bunch of random shit that your body needs, but your body needs a lot of shit in general to survive. It's just adding to that. But that in general, though. So Steam, this we're going to get into. Steam is possibly being leaked to go to Xbox. There was supposedly some leak footage. We're going to get into it. It's going to be interesting. Wouldn't be the first time I know I've seen people modify Xboxes and getting Steam running on them, but that's like heavily modified. I've seen people do that with PlayStations as well. That's nothing new. I've seen people turn PlayStation into full computers too. So, but like, I mean, that's a whole nother. You're just kind of like. That's beyond the scope of what the normal person can do. Whether that Steam becomes a normal app on the platform is going to be really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. But we'll get into that in a minute, though. Mm-hmm. What have we been up to in the last couple weeks?
I played some Cyberpunk. I continued that.
Oh, yeah.
I played that. That was just a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you making all that fucking noise, dude? Jesus Christ! click.
Anyway,
and I picked up a PlayStation Portal.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got a PlayStation Portal.
Yeah, which it's not that bad. They added it's in beta, and you just go into the settings of the PlayStation Portal and unlock it
to play the cloud games.
And to play the cloud games, and you do not have to have a PlayStation 5 to play the cloud games.
Oh, so you can just buy the Portal and use the cloud service.
Yeah, there's like 100 something games right now.
All right.
It might be 200. I don't remember. And a lot of them, they're decent games.
Yeah.
And then if you have games that like installed on your PlayStation, or if you have a disc, I guess, at your PlayStation, then you have to have a PlayStation, of course. And I haven't tried. I haven't been out of Wi-Fi of my own house, but I believe you can if I was at your house with it, I could log in to this here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen people do it.
Yeah, I'm guessing that it works because it worked with the Vita.
Yeah.
And because I did remote play from the laundromat and played some Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Vita, which was pretty cool. But yeah, it's not bad.
No.
And, it's just a huge assortment of handhelds now. So.
aside from the bigger screen, which you could just get a tablet. Why does that make it any better or worse than the Backbone?
Using the Backbone, first of all, you know me, I hate having to use my cell phone for anything because it's just a pain in the ass. Like, what if you do get a phone call?
Yeah.
What if you do have to? So you're like playing the game. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm playing the game. Go away. You know, it's just I want that in case somebody's going to call me or something like that. The Backbone's cool for like if you're like out of town or something, I guess. But even with that, I could take it. The only good thing about the Backbone is you're always online with your cell connection if you don't have like a hotspot.
Yeah.
But the screen is great. Even though it's 1080p, it looks great. I'm kind of surprised. My only problem is it's a little too wide. Like I like the size of the screen, but the controls feel like they're like it feels like you're holding it like this.
Oh yeah. So.
How the and then you got the Switch, which it's just the right size.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah.
But I like.
Yeah. So I don't know. You pointed out two negatives though that could be that in the Backbone's favor.
What's that?
The
size of it?
Size of it and accessibility.
Well, yeah.
So yeah. So why would you switch over, especially if you're someone like me? Like for me, if I'm playing a game on my phone, I usually if it's not online, I'll turn airplane mode on, so to stop any data coming in, so I don't get disturbed because I don't like being interrupted if I'm playing a game.
I don't know. I like to just not have it connected to my phone. That's why I leaned towards that to try it, because I just didn't want to play games on my phone.
No, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very, very.
Plus, it's a bigger screen, and I'm blind.
Okay. It's a bigger screen. Well, that's why I said you could just get a tablet and use the Backbone.
That's just a pain. No, you can't.
No, they stretch pretty far. Those controllers, they stretch pretty far.
I don't know if I could find a 7 or 8 inch tablet that's gonna fit the Backbone. I haven't tried, but I didn't think it was that.
They stretch pretty far. You could probably get maybe a 6-inch tablet.
Plus, it's the I don't know. I can't say. I just know the controls on the Backbone are a little small compared to a freaking tablet. You'd be like,
they're about the size of the Switch, though.
Yeah, but the Switch, they're the size of the screen.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know. It's just a little off for me.
Well, yeah.
Plus, it's still a pain in the ass. I don't think it would hold that. Plus, it's got to plug into the USB-C port.
No, it connects to your Bluetooth as well.
Does it?
Yeah, the Backbone, yeah.
It has the thing on it. You can't use it without the controller. I mean, you could use the controller Bluetooth, yes.
Yeah.
But like, if you wanted to connect it to the thing, it's gotta plug into it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to have one.
Yeah, I don't understand the appeal. I don't know. It's hard for me to understand the appeal and the price range of it. If it was like maybe like $100.
Well,
because you're mostly paying for a screen and a controller. That's all you're paying for.
Yeah, but now that it's got that cloud thing, that's why I went and got.
You're still only paying for a screen and a controller.
Yeah.
So,
but it works.
It works, and
it looks good. And the biggest problem, I don't know how Backbone works with their services that it has.
Okay,
but with at least with the PlayStation, you still have to pay for PlayStation Premium to use that cloud.
Well, yeah, that's a vetting service. You're gonna have to pay for the service, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I don't think you don't need it if you're just playing games that are on your console.
Yeah,
that you own. But like if you downloaded games from PlayStation Premium, you still can't play them.
But on the other hand, though, this is because you're not doing this. But if you're a person that's playing games that want something on the go and they just want to use their cell phone, they have the Backbone.
Well, yeah,
they could also access their Steam library as well.
Only if there's through Steam their Link. Computer is on. Yeah,
yeah, they can use Steam Link though.
Yeah, but the PlayStation Portal will turn on the PlayStation for you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Like from wherever you are, it'll go bloop. And like
no, that's
but
right.
but you can't turn on unless you have. I don't know. Maybe the Steam Link things that they used to sell would work.
Oh, maybe.
But I think you still need the computer to turn on.
You need to have it on. Yeah.
Yeah. So Unless you, hey babe, turn on my computer so I can play some Steam games. But yeah.
So that's interesting. So for it to turn on the PlayStation, that would mean the PlayStation, even when it's off, is still talking to Sony.
Yeah, well, with same with Xbox, there's a standby mode.
Yeah.
And then there's a off. You put it on standby mode, and it will do the automatic updates and stuff if you have the premium subscription or whatever subscription, and then you can also boot it up from other locations.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's definitely talking to Sony.
Yeah,
because it doesn't have like, I know obviously there's no, unless you're hardwiring your network, which a lot of people are usually, their consoles are wireless they use Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So,
and I know PlayStation does not have power over LAN. That would cost way too much money to put that in that system. So, so yeah.
Well, I don't know how to communicate even with that.
Well, no, power over LAN can send a network connection. So, like I want to eventually, when my the Plex server, I want to eventually enable this into it. Power over LAN. So if I'm somewhere else and the server needs rebooting or redone or something like that, or something needs to happen, I can actually do that remotely. So because I can completely control the power cycle from the LAN cable.
I just heard that Plex had some updates.
They're going to be at the end of the month or next month. They're going to $7 for Plex Pass, $250 for lifetime.
And what's that for? What's a Plex Pass? To use it on your phone or whatever?
So the one thing is using Plex. If you want hardware, if it's the same thing with like DaVinci Resolve. That's the same thing. Like if you want to use hardware encoding, like a GPU, you have to pay for Plex Pass.
I thought you were using something else.
I use Jellyfin as well.
You still use it?
Yeah, they're both on there. They're both running. Jellyfin still has some hurdles to get over. Like it has a lot of trouble still running 265 on a lot of stuff. Not all. It's weird.
Which is strange because it's been out for a long time.
Yeah.
265.
Yeah, but okay, so you want to know what else has a lot of trouble running? Doesn't run 265 at all?
MP3 or whatever? MP4?
No, it doesn't run 265 at all. The newest...
okay.
The newest set-top boxes for Fios.
Oh.
They don't run 265.
Oh, jeez.
But my Fire Stick from like 3 years ago will.
That's weird.
It's like Fios, like that's what I think. It's like they're like, I don't know, they cheap out. Like I don't know, like I wish they would have stayed with Motorola. Now because like they have like, I don't know who's manufacturing their routers, but you can see it's like Fios, Verizon branded and stuff like that. Their newer routers, and I'm like, what the hell, people? Like you probably just really cheaped out on this, but okay, that's what it is. But yeah, so yeah, the Steam, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The PlayStation Portal is just one of those things I'm just like, it'd be neat. I mean, one day if they're cheap at a landfill or something somewhere, like a yard sale, I might grab one just to hack it.
I don't know if you can.
No, there was one guy already. We covered it.
Did we?
Yeah, and he loaded up emulators on it. But he wouldn't say how he did it.
Yeah, because you can't. There's no drive.
You don't need a drive. You just need to find out where the data ports are on the board.
Oh, we had to take the whole damn thing apart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
It's the same thing the way you hack the little mini Game & Watch things. You have to solder into the data ports.
Right.
Yeah. There's no actual port. You have to make your own. But yeah. No. I have not been doing a whole lot aside from waiting for my printer.
Well, we also played a lot of PUBG.
We did play a lot of PUBG.
And we've been winning.
Yeah, we've been winning a lot of PUBG.
We've been winning.
And I personally think, like I said before, I think when we originally played, when the game was originally out, we were tryhards.
Okay.
I personally think that we overthought everything.
You're still a loot goblin.
No, I am not.
You were still a loot goblin.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't have any med kits.
I did not say I didn't have any. I didn't answer anything.
Did you shoot me, Nate? Silence. Nate, did you shoot at me? Is there anybody in the town?
Yeah, but that's just to fuck with you. That's not
like you punk.
That's just fucking around. That's not being a Luke. That's just fucking around. But yeah, and usually I'd usually overthink what weapon I'm grabbing. Usually the first couple weapons I find, those are my weapons for the rest of the game now. Wow. I don't give a shit. As long as I have a long range rifle and a quick fire gun that does some good damage, it's fine.
That MP9. Ooh, man.
The MP9's nice.
That I killed like that last game where I don't know. When we were driving down a hill and we couldn't get out, and then we finally got down and Grim got killed.
Yeah.
I took out 3 people in like 3 seconds. It was like,
oh yeah.
It was like 5 kills. I'm like, what? It was crazy. Yeah. But I'm SMG and that MK12 gun, the sniper rifle.
Oh yeah,
those are my 2 guns.
Yeah, the 5. That and like the mini are the 2 5 like long range rifles.
Oh, yeah.
For the
you like the mini
and the K2. I the mini's okay. I prefer the mutant or what the hell's the other one? The SLR. Yeah.
What's funny is I know it's weird, but I always go towards the 5.56 guns.
Okay.
The green ammo. I don't know why.
Well,
I don't know.
Instead of the NATO rounds.
I don't. No, that
or is that is NATO rounds. Sorry, I'm backwards. That's NATO rounds.
Yeah, instead of the like AK-47 rounds.
The Slavic rounds.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, but like we're just having fun. Like we played that one map and we literally we're freaking driving around cops cars, like gunning people down. Yeah, like we didn't care. Nobody gave a shit about winning. We were just like, let's take people out. And I think that's a big part of it. Why we're winning is because we're not overthinking anything. Just go and you kill. No, but I've been waiting for my damn printer though, because obviously I had to jump on, like, there's a new printer came out from Anycubic, the S1, which is an all-in-one Core XY printer that's supposedly pretty great. Obviously there's a whole bunch of mixed reviews and everything already, people come out, but not everybody's got their printer yet either. So, and obviously there's going to be some defects with the first run too. It's going to happen. And supposedly someone got an email. I was looking on Reddit. They got an email back from Anycubic, and they said a good portion of the AMS systems are stuck in customs right now, so they're just waiting for those. Because a lot of people that ordered just the printer got their printer, but I ordered everything, so I have to wait. So for that to come in, so it might not be till probably like middle of April. It seems like now. That's what that guy had his email from, that it won't be released to customs and show up in Ontario until probably around mid-April. So that sucks. But yeah, and then obviously Bamboo Labs just released their new printer.
Oh, did they?
The H2O, yeah. And it's a dual head printer. It's an incredible printer. Holy shit. And it's giant, 350 by 350 by 270. I think it's 270. Insanely big print volume. It's a Core XY printer as well, with an AMS system. And yeah, and if you opt for the complete package, which is $3,700,
what does it start at?
It comes with it starts at 18.
Okay.
1,800.
And the complete is 37.
Yeah, $3,700, and that's with all the laser attachments and stuff like that, because they have a laser engraver that you can switch it out the head with. And some other attachment, and that's with the 10-watt laser and the 40-watt laser, because you get 2 different lasers. Like, it's insane, the big package. So that's if you opt for all that, though. I don't know how many people are going to be spending $4,000 on a new printer.
That one, probably ones that make money. Like, it's a business.
It's a business, but you have to justify the cost, though. Is it that much better than the printers that you can get for under $1,000?
I have no idea.
So, yeah, I mean, when the thing is, though, people like, it's the dual head printer. It's a cool idea, but there's already dual head printers out there, and there's printers like Prusa's, like 6 tool head printer, which is around the same price, which has like 6 or 7 tool heads on it, which is insane. It's credible, and it's so fast, and it has a bigger build volume too. So it's not a Core XY printer, or is it? I forget. Or is it? I don't remember. Anyway. So there are other options out there. for dual. I don't see the appeal as much. I like the appeal of the big build volume. I like the 350 by 350. That's nice. Granted, the one I'm getting is a pretty big build volume too. The one I'm getting is 250 by 250 by 250. It's a cube. So it's what it is. This is the price you pay for ordering stuff when it launches.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, people that ordered their pre-orders, they've still got, some of them have still not got theirs, and they ordered back in January. So,
yeah, that would be annoying.
That would be super. I don't know what countries they are in, though, and stuff like that, and what circumstances are to shipping in different countries.
Australia.
I know, yeah, Australia has trouble actually getting a lot of stuff. Although they might have an easier time, because if there's a headquarters closer, like somewhere in China, for them, because they need cubic, might be able to get to China easier. But I know for the States, it goes from China to Ontario to their headquarters, to one of their headquarters in Ontario, and then it ships off to the States. They don't have a location in the States. But yeah, anyway, so Steam. Let's get into Steam. So recently, it seems that teased Steam. Well, not really. Microsoft may have accidentally revealed that Xbox consoles will get Steam support in the near future, as Sony and Nintendo have surged ahead of in their terms of console sales. Yeah, that's a given. They left Xbox in the dust a long time ago. Microsoft has focused on expanding its software service to new markets, including handhelds, smart TVs, and mobile platforms. Now that is interesting, though, is that Microsoft's going to start making smart TVs.
That's what it says. Smart TV.
Yeah. And mobile platforms. Obviously, they said like that's a hand, like they said, including handheld smart TVs and mobile platforms. That's the same thing. That's they're talking about. They're talking about the handhelds they're going to release. They said twice in the article. Anyway. Which they are. They're doing, what, 2 handhelds, right? Xbox is releasing 2 handhelds.
That's what they said, yeah.
Yeah. As the competitive console wars can be, Microsoft has shown it is not afraid to play nice with competitors' systems. Well, okay. It emphasizes on Game Pass and shows that it's not concerned about driving people to play on their own hardware exclusively. Yeah, I would say that's a given, which makes me surprised at why they're still making consoles. It may not need such exclusive, anyway, but yeah. And PlayStation users account for 64% of Microsoft game sales. Oh my god, I didn't know it was that high. Holy shit.
What was 64%?
64% of Microsoft sales are PlayStation.
Oh, Jesus.
That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. Damn.
And we have a special guest.
Yeah.
Grim has joined the chat.
Yeah. And Microsoft game sales in December 2024, which helped it become the world's leading video game publisher, given such history. Yeah, because it's selling its games on everything. When you're publishing like that. But I didn't know that was that high. Oh my god. What do Xbox fans say to that?
Well, we have a special guest that has a lot to say.
He's an Xbox fan?
No, but he knows what the Xbox fanboys are saying.
Well, okay. Because that's pretty bad. Yeah. Oof. Microsoft detailed it is committed to gaming accessibility in a March 20 blog post, but may have initially revealed more than it wanted to. In a new deleted image acquired by The Verge, a mock-up reworked Xbox UI shows a category for Steam games in the user games library.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and obviously, that's all we got, though. That's it. There's nothing else. That's where all the speculation comes from. And additionally, Xbox chief Phil Spencer has expressed openness to the idea of third-party storefronts like Steam appearing on Xbox consoles. I think in general, like, it makes me want. I don't know. It makes you wonder a lot of things though about Xbox. Like, if that's what they're doing, if they're going to put Steam on there, is it worth making hardware anymore?
Hello.
No.
So is it really worth it making? I mean, I don't get it. Like,
Perfect timing. No, it's freaking not.
when holy shit, you have an echo.
Yeah, he's in a new room.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Let me move the mic closer to me.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I haven't had time to do that.
Okay.
Taking care of my mom since she got out of the hospital.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway,
So Grim, you missed what I said because we heard you, but I didn't know you didn't hear us. I said
No, we couldn't hear you at all.
we know someone that knows what the Xbox fanboys are saying about this and how excited they are.
well, the thing is, the question I posed was because the reason why Bazinga said that was because how do Xbox fans react to 64% of their sales are coming from PlayStation?
Oh my God! They are the most delusional morons I've ever seen. Dude. You have no idea. They have twisted themselves into a belief that because Microsoft's Xbox are so poorly received and no one wants to buy one, that the games being released on other systems is a win for Xbox, and Xbox has won the console wars.
No. I would say no.
It is. They are the most dominant force in gaming because now they have to release their games on other systems, and still no one's using their system.
Yeah. So no one's using their system. There's like, what it shows to me is there's a handful of games people might like playing on an Xbox, but overall they're like, yeah, there's other good games on the Switch and on PlayStation that I'd rather play. And I'll choose to play there.
This desperation move means literally nothing.
Well,
all it means, because let's be real here, dude. They could offer a Xbox branded PC. People are still going to buy the top of the line PCs if they're going to buy a PC. No one's buying an Xbox branded PC, even if you put Steam on it. Nobody cares.
You know what they'll do? For everybody that owns a computer with Windows 11 or whatever, it's going to be considered an Xbox.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They already do it. They tout. They go. Microsoft has 500 million active users because that's how many PCs are on the market.
Well, no. Okay, so
they don't understand. They don't understand that if that logic is true, then Microsoft is doing worse than even we think they are now. Because with 500 million active users, nobody is still buying their games.
Well, I wouldn't say Microsoft. I would say the Xbox branch of Microsoft.
Yes, but my point being is if you have 500 million access to 500 million units or like PCs, and you claim that's part of their ecosystem, less than 0.1% is buying your games and using your platform. That's even worse than just being a failed console, because now you're like, oh, everybody in the world has access to Xbox games, and everybody in the world is turning to other games and other systems.
Yeah, that's so this is
but we're making money.
Okay, so this is
yes. Dude, as a third party, they have a great chance to be a third party. But nobody, I will tell every Xbox fanboy, if you're gonna argue console wars, you lost. If you're not, shut the hell up and have fun. But if you want to argue it, Xbox is dead. It's not a system people care about. Game Pass is not a subscription people care about. And Microsoft is now a third-party developer that has a chance to be something people care about.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of IP they can do great stuff with. But their handheld that they're supposedly working on is deader than dead. It can be dead.
There's two, actually.
It doesn't matter. All they're doing, they're jumping from the Sony the fire that Sony has put them in, into the fire that Nintendo has next to them.
Yeah, they're also making smart TVs.
Whoop-de-doo.
With whatever, I don't know. They've either put an Xbox built into the TV. I don't know.
Yeah, they will. And Game Pass will still continue to not grow.
Now, this only thing that makes me think here with them wanting to put Steam, okay, is they don't have a whole lot of luck in other markets aside from America. And right now, I'm not sure how much people, because this is going to be one of the topics that there's going to be a future video about handhelds. And one of the big points that we're going to get into is the boom right now going on in Japan with PC gaming is slowly like overtaking console gaming in Japan. So, and that being said, are they trying to like get like other countries now to
what's happening
to want to use an Xbox?
They have come to the conclusion that they can't win in the console market. They're going to try to win in the handheld market, and they're going to get smashed. So now they're like, our PC market is terrible, but if our console can run Steam, then we can at least release our games on Steam and make a ton of money. People are pretending that this is somehow a win for the company. It's a win for gamers, but it's not a win for the company. They are seeding their personal store where they get 100% of the profits other than what they give the developer.
Which
they're
is
seeding
a one-time thing.
They're seeding their console space, and they're going, hey, in PCs, we've never been able to stack up to Steam. We can't compete with Steam, so now we're just going to make it so all the games you buy on Steam can be played on hardware that we've branded.
What?
They basically have given up every single category, and they're now just going to be software.
What OS do they use? Do they use Windows? What do they use in like Japan and other countries?
What do you mean they still use Windows?
They use Windows? Is that like still the main one?
That's still the main one.
There's no like other.
I mean,
besides Linux.
Aside from like random, which is funny. So there is still companies to this day mass producing diskettes.
Oh.
For one reason. All the textile companies in Japan still use computers from like 1982.
Oh boy. Okay. So we're on DOSes or whatever.
Yeah. They still use these computers because they don't want to change anything. They're run by these like
If it works, don't. If it's not broken, don't.
Yeah,
fix it.
they like, hey, our textile company runs great like this. Just don't freaking break it. And I get it. But so they've never upgraded. So they still are. Yeah. So aside from them, everybody's on obviously modern Windows. Most of the world is on Windows, or you know what I mean. So I don't know how many people are actually gaming. There's more people gaming. I think a lot more people gaming. Well, since the Steam Deck, there's more people gaming on Linux than there is on Apple.
Oh yeah,
than iOS, I should say.
Yeah. Well,
because there's tons of people gaming on their phones. Yes.
I'll give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. This actually just dropped like 10 minutes ago. The new Indiana Jones game, and this is telling because they're using the same thing that Assassin's Creed is using, players. They only had 4 million players by the end of January. That thing came out in the Christmas rush.
Yeah.
Less than 4 million people played it across PC and Game Pass. If you have a Game Pass subscription, this thing's basically free. Less than 4 million people played this game. That's why they're releasing on everything, and the system is going the way of the dodo bird.
Yeah, well,
because 4 million people.
Is that just for Xbox? What about PC?
Xbox and PC, 4 million people players. Mind you, they're saying players. They're not saying sales. These companies say players when it's even worse. That's why Assassin's Creed's like we got 2 million players in 24 hours. So your game bombed. Because they have a subscription service themselves, and that means I could be delusional. Let's say 5 million people subscribe to Ubisoft. 2 million people tried their game. Question is how many people bought it if 2 million people tried it. That number's bad.
How is that game doing?
That's a bad number. If it's 2 million players in 24 hours, that's a bad number.
I can tell you, there was a big boycott for being
in Japan, right?
In Japan, huge boycott in Japan.
Well, they had to change the game.
A game that sells 10 million copies per release. And they go from 10 saying we sold 10 million per release to we have 2 million players in 24 hours. That game is bombing hard. And the same thing could be said about this. 4 million players since Christmas. this is bad.
Yeah, but that's not completely the reason why, though, because it's actually a decent game. The problem is it's the first game to require ray tracing as a standard.
That is true.
That's the big problem with it.
Wait, which game?
The Indiana Jones game.
Yeah.
It's the first game that's
not why it's not being played.
Well,
it's
no.
not being played. No, it's not being played because it released on Xbox and PC Game Pass by itself.
Well, okay, there's that too, but the numbers show
that's 88% of the region, dude.
No, the numbers.
But why would that be a problem?
Well, the numbers show like the graphics cards people are using and stuff like that is a big portion why people chose not to buy it is because the percentage of graphics cards that don't use ray tracing are still pretty frequent in the community.
But why would it be a problem if they're buying it on console? Because what is it? Console only exclusive.
Look, you could say that for any other game, but if you look at the track record of every game they released since last year, then no, that's not the reason. Because all of their games have bombed. Hellblade didn't sell more than something like 400,000 copies, and it had like a million players.
Yeah, but
all their games are releasing the same way. Day one, Game Pass, right? And that's how they're releasing. Day one Game Pass on PC. I'm not sure if it was day one on Steam, but you day one Game Pass, and because it's only available on those two platforms, you're expecting the PC to like Steam to carry all the weight of a dead console to make up those sales and those player bases. Had Indiana Jones released on PlayStation day and date with them, they would have had modest sales because people love Indiana Jones. But it's all their games do this. I've been saying this for like 3 years. Remember Halo Infinite? They were all, man, Halo Infinite has 400,000 players on Steam on its beta release. Now we know that Halo Infinite sold maybe 4 million copies.
Yeah, there's tons.
It didn't sell 4 million players.
Yeah, but there's tons of people, especially like in the gaming sector. I remember when the game launched, so many people I've seen that said they'd love to play it, but they either had a 1080 or a 2060 or something like that around those graphics cards. And granted, ray tracing came with the 20 series, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
And they wanted to play it, and they didn't choose to buy it because of the ray tracing.
Nate, you're looking at 1% of.
You're looking at PC sales.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying
Game Pass
he's
and
looking
Xbox.
online. It's the online presence where people think the online bubble is the real world. It's kind of like us. We think PUBG is the best game. Period. best. It's the best MOBA there is. I mean, what do you call it? Battle Royale there is. But we all know that.
Better say that MOBA.
But we all know that if you go to the outside world where 90% of the gamers are playing, they're playing Call of Duty. It's the same thing here. Nate, you're talking about a fraction of the fan base of gamers that are online complaining, but they are like 2% of the actual fan base. And the majority of people didn't even know that game existed because it came out on the system nobody plays.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's simple.
I don't know. I think it's definitely bigger than that because I saw a lot of people that really wanted to play it. And then,
you saw a small amount of people that are right. But overall, it's because the majority of people that would buy that game didn't know it existed. Because, again, even the people online talking about how it was coming out are still a small percentage of the millions of people who own PlayStations and Nintendos, right? And those millions of people that own those systems had no clue that game existed because they're not online every day arguing about stuff like that.
Well,
and
yeah,
I don't remember seeing a commercial for it.
No. Well,
that's the reality.
That's okay. People say that about commercials and ads. But I would say a majority of the populace uses an ad blocker and they don't watch TV. So that's the thing. I don't think commercials are as viable as they used to be at all.
You're talking about the majority of the populace. I'm talking about the majority of just gamers.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm telling you, the majority of gamers do not hear about games on like Twitter constantly.
No. But I'm saying though, commercials or like any kind of commercials or ads that pop up on videos are not a relevant source of advertising, I don't think, anymore.
With gaming, usually it's YouTubers. TikTokers.
Yeah, that's where
Content creators.
Yeah, that's where it's coming from. You're not getting it from commercials. We're past that age, and we're not getting it from ads within videos because most people are using ad blockers.
They're not even using ad blockers, Nate. They're not even using computers. They're just looking at stuff on their phones.
Well, that too.
Yeah,
So-
they're seeing. So again, let me put it this way: when 80% of the next gen market is on PlayStation, they're not logging into Xbox and seeing the ad telling you that it's coming out next week. The Game Pass people are, but the Game Pass market is pathetic in size. I actually think it's probably less than what they say it is, because they're including like people who have silver, because they had silver what do you call it, Xbox Live as subscribers. So I'm guessing like 20 million people saw a single ad every now and then, and that's not counting the people who were like, I get on and go right to Call of Duty.
They might have saw ads on their console.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You have to have the console though.
As a
Yeah,
You have to have the console. You have to
Oh,
have the console.
when your console has barely a fraction of the fan base, people aren't seeing it.
It says this is as of 2 months ago. It was like 200 to 300,000 copies on PC.
That's horrible.
Oh yeah, and I want to play that game. Like
Me too. I'll check it out when it goes bargain bin, because I don't buy a lot of games, but
bargain bin.
it's got nothing to do with hating the game. Like, I'll get it when it goes on sale for like 50% on Steam or something.
Yeah.
I can't afford many games right now, and if I was to buy a game, it would be Kingdom Come 2, because that's the game of this right now. That's the game of this year. I'm positive that game would be like 100 hours of play for me. I watched Asmongold play the first 4 hours of that game, the intro, and I was like, yeah, I just can't afford to get it right now.
Do you hear that?
And I have to finish these other games first.
The beeping.
Yeah.
Somebody's fire alarm is going off in their house.
Not me.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's what mine does.
Oh, yours does? Okay.
Yeah. Somebody's trying to cook something.
Oh, Jesus.
They're so sensitive, dude. They suck.
Yeah.
Whatever we cook, it goes
Now,
off.
so I personally think, though, but Indiana Jones is a big name, but as far as just sales in games, though, I think unless your game is actually like already has a massive following, or you get a good amount of YouTubers and stuff like that to advertise it, you're not going to get good sales at all.
Oh,
Well,
man.
that's completely wrong, because when Kingdom Come 1 came out, it reached
Yes,
8 million.
but that has a massive following, like I just said.
No, it didn't.
The
Kingdom
first
Come
one.
1 was a indie game made by nobodies that the press tried to bury because the guy liked a metal band from Germany.
Everybody at friggin' work was talking about that game for like 2 years straight.
Yes, because they got the studio went online and they streamed it, they hit it, they worked at building the following.
Yeah.
So saying that is complete bullcrap. The fact is they can, but these studios are out of touch.
Yep.
Completely out of touch. I'll give you an example. Concord was terrible because of the graphic design.
Oh yeah, the graphic design was terrible.
Gameplay was fine, but you know what they didn't do? They didn't spend 2 years alpha testing that thing on Twitch, showing people the gameplay and getting people building an audience for when the game came out.
Oh, that too. Yeah, you need to do that this day and age.
That is how you kill your new game.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we don't want people to see it till we're ready to show it. Bitch, you need to show it more often, or else no one cares about your game.
And when you announce it, show more than like CGI cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you're like Mario or Link, you're not gonna get that. You can't. You have to show something.
Yeah, you have to establish yourself
Unless
first.
you're
And they're not. They're just a lot of these companies are not establishing themselves first before dropping their games.
But no, in general, like, so the one thing I've noticed every single time I've logged into Steam. Look, we have our normal sales. We have the spring sale, we have the summer sale, we have all these stupid Steam sales.
Yeah.
But now it seems like there's more and more sale. Like a day after that sale, all of a sudden it's like the Square publisher sale, and everything's like half off. It's like, okay, the Steam sale just happened, and the day after that it was like I'm like, what is going? Like, I have a feeling a lot of these companies are losing money.
No, I think when it comes to like the publisher deals, they like, for example, if you look at the Steam publisher deal, it's old games that are probably no longer selling.
No,
and dropping the prices gets them more money.
No, Final Fantasy 16 was $30 yesterday. on Steam sale.
Final Fantasy 16 is a year old, dude. It's already sold. It's staggering. They've already sold to the market that will pay full price for it.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
they're at about 8 million copies sold. So now they're like, okay, now we drop it 30%. And we'll sell some more.
We got a Lego franchise sale.
I honestly think a lot of these studios. I think a lot of these studios are making a lot more money because of this. Because again, it recycles old games into the mix.
Okay,
and gets more sold.
So, okay, my question though is who are they selling these games to?
People who weren't willing. For example, like me, I can't afford Kingdom Come right now. If Kingdom Come gets a 20% off sale or a 30% off sale, I'll pick it up.
No, I know that's you, and that's me.
But that's the point. That's what they're getting.
No,
they're getting people who can't afford the full price at the time, or they're not as excited about the game.
No.
Perfect example. I'm not a big fan of Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
Like I have the original. I'm not a fan of Skyrim, but I plan on picking the special edition up in about a month because that mod's coming out, Skyblivion, where they remake Oblivion and Skyrim.
Yeah, they've been working on that for a while.
So when this special edition drops to like $10, you've made a sale on me.
No.
I'm not a big fan. I wouldn't rebuy it, but I will rebuy it because of this.
No, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about new games. How do you sell your new games right now? Who do you sell them to?
It depends on how you build your fan base.
No.
Yes, it is, dude.
No, I don't. No, that's not. You're not answering the question. Who
yes,
are
I
you?
am.
No. So me.
Word it differently, Nate.
Okay, so me, Bazinga, you. We have full-time jobs. We make some decent money. We can afford some stuff, but we don't because we have bills and all other stuff. We have things we have to take care of. Okay, we afford games when we can. And there's certain games I will just flush out the money for because those are games I absolutely love and I will pay the money for. But the majority of the generation coming up right now, because Gen Z is now getting into like early 20s. Okay, most Gen Zs are there's it's a small percentage, but a percentage of them are choosing to become neats. And that being said, they do not. They have zero money to play those games. Zero.
Right.
So
and again, I'll ruin your argument because the games that people that have built a fan base sell really well. Monster Hunter Wild sold like 10 million copies.
No, I know, but I want to know who they're selling to with this generation that's coming into their 20s that doesn't have money.
I know.
I don't know. The people who just bought 10 million copies on Monster Hunter Wilds. You're trying to put the game you're trying to put it into a box so you can make your terrible argument sound better. Here's the reality. There are a few good game companies now, and there are a lot of bad game companies.
Yes.
And people watch for games they like and games that are in their nature. For example, I always look at CRPGs. No matter what they are, I'll take a look and see if they're any good. The companies need to keep... Certain companies have built a following. That's the problem. Some of these old legacy companies don't understand how to build a following. Perfect example is Atlas. Fucking Persona's very popular. Then they announce a brand new game that doesn't fit in any of the Persona worlds called Phantasma. Was a
yeah.
Metaphor, Phantasma,
whatever.
And it's the best-selling game they've ever made, and it wasn't connected to any of their other games. Why is it the best-selling game they've ever made? Because all of their other games have been good, so the fan base keeps growing. Word of mouth.
Yeah, I almost bought that.
That's how you sell to people. Word of mouth.
I almost bought that yesterday.
I will be getting it when this price drops.
I can tell you what the 20-year-olds are playing. They're not buying games.
Rivals.
Well, I can tell you the 20-year-olds
they're not buying games. They're playing free-to-play games like he said, Marvel Rivals, Fort fucking Night, shit like that. And the money that they do have, they're spending on V-Bucks and shit.
Okay,
that's what they're spending their money on.
But they are also buying smaller games that are
smaller
games.
Well, I can tell you there are some 20-year-olds like that I know that work at our place that did literally, they called out the day that Monster Hunter Wilds came out and they bought it. But those are such staple games. Those have a mass following that literally people will give their last penny to buy it. Okay.
I'd love to play like a co-op story driven game. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That's not PvP.
But I'm saying just giving the state of like employment and like I see from the world, like
Hello Kitty, Happy Island Adventure.
Like, and how these younger generations like who are they selling them to? Like, because there's no way, because it's going to come to a point like it's.
Well, that's the problem with the $70 games too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, when do we cut studios down and make them smaller and make games more appealing and a little more harder work into them?
Well, it seems when they do that, they shut down the companies.
They don't even have to. Well, they have to cut some bloat.
Yeah.
But what they have to understand is that the modern day marketing is different. They're spending $600 million to market these games for no effing reason. Where the way you really market is you get a small team and you get them pumping stuff out on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. You get them playing the game in front of people. You have small get-togethers where you show off the game, stuff like that. You do not need to spend. Who was it that bought a commercial during the Super Bowl for a game? Just recently, there was a company that did it, and they had to pay. Super Bowl ads are like $75 million at least. Yeah, and it's like you're just a moron. You don't understand the market. That's all there is to it.
Oh yeah, no, just in general, yeah. It's
$500. Come on, man, $500 worth of skins on Fortnite.
Yeah, well, that was so. I don't know if you saw that post. YouTubers covered it and everything. It was on Reddit. This woman, like, I think, posted on Reddit, like, asking if she's crazy for thinking this. Like, is she overreacting? And,
dude.
And the person who spent, it was like $6,000 on Genshin Impact.
Sorry. I got sidetracked.
And she lost her mind. She was like, "That's the emergency credit card. What the?"
We know somebody that spent that kind of money on Fortnite.
I know.
It used to work for me.
Yeah.
He's got like every skin.
I know. So stupid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but I don't know if I would do if, like, my significant other, like, if I just randomly saw a charge in our bank account, $6,000, and I saw it was like for like
a mobile game,
for a gotcha game.
Yeah,
I would lose my mind. I don't even know. I would lose my goddamn mind. I would immediately call the bank and like charge back all the charges immediately. Close the account. I'd be like, yeah, it's done. Close it. Holy shit. Oh my god. I would. Oh my Jesus!
What took you? Changed your mind, Grim?
You mean took my attention?
Yeah.
It's gonna sound super nerdy, but I'm sure there's at least one of our viewers who knows. So people know that some people are crazy enough to watch 1,200 episodes of One Piece.
Yep.
And in like episode 600, this guy killed Luffy's brother, and as fans, we've been waiting for like the showdown, and they just dropped the trailer for the new arc, and it's just like 20 seconds of him and Luffy going at it with the dude who fucking killed his brother. And as a psychopath One Piece fan, it's about time.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
And they're going to have the end of One Piece.
5 episodes of him crawling on the ground going,
dude, that's the thing. One Piece is a double-edged sword. It's like old Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
There is a lot of time spent before fights, and it can be boring. But at the same time, when you skip that stuff, what you realize is you ruined the build. And that 50, 60 episodes of build to the big showdown that is like 20 episodes long makes the fight so much better because you're like anticipating it the whole time. So the fact that people have been watching One Piece for 20 years now, and there's like maybe 300 to 400 episodes left because it's almost over.
There's only 340 episodes left?
Dude, yes, it's a long series. The guy was like, when the guy started, he's like, this series is going to be at least, I forget how many chapters, but he was like, it's going to be very long. But again, for people who've been watching it there forever, because I've been watching it forever, it's like the end of an era, and all the stuff that you've been waiting for is slowly piecing together. The revenge for Luffy, and then finding out what the One Piece actually is, which is probably just like There's
some chocolate coins.
No, it's gonna be a note that says the friends you made along the way or something like that.
Oh yeah,
because the whole show has been like
them trying to get the
brotherhood
treasure
and friends and taking care of each other and watching each other's back. That's the entirety of what the show is really about. I'm sorry to derail, but I'm about to leave anyway because I have to eat my dinner and get ready for bed because I have to be in for 6 tomorrow now.
Okay.
My schedule's effed. So I apologize for the sidetrack, but I know there's got to be someone out there who listens to us, all 400 of our fans, who knows what I mean about One Piece.
Yeah. Anyway, so at the end of this, though, we will reveal like why the title card is, and what I was saying is like, are we nearing the end of console gaming?
No.
Of course not. No. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The Switch is still a console. It's just, it does two different things. I'll tell you what we are. We're nearing the end of traditional because I have a feeling that Sony's going to do something like the Switch with their next system.
I think there'll be like a dual purpose.
Yeah.
Yes,
like you can plug it into your TV type of thing.
It makes logical sense that you would be able to be portable with it. And that also means that all these third-party developers that make games only for Switch because it's portable will now open up to Sony and increase the size of game, like the market and library.
Yeah. Well,
and they'll destroy Nintendo once and for all.
Game Pass was supposed to go to Switch, and then Phil Spencer fucked up that whole meeting completely.
Oh,
because he ran his mouth on a message to somebody. I remember we covered that in the podcast. He ran his mouth to somebody how basically, they're so much better than Nintendo. They should be pleased that I'm meeting with them and stuff like that. Right. And they sent that message to Nintendo. Nintendo got word of it, literally got back on their plane and left and said, bye, we're not meeting with you.
Yeah, it's incredibly embarrassing.
It's like, wow.
The company that has never been successful in the market. And before anybody says the 360 started falling behind the PlayStation the moment the PlayStation 3 launched. Worldwide numbers, people ignored them so they could pretend because it was doing real well in America. But from the moment the PS3 launched, worldwide numbers were against the Xbox.
Yeah.
They had to launch a year early and undercut prices in order to get any significant lead in the market. And within like 2 years, that lead didn't matter. Essentially, when Metal Gear 4 came out, which is also funny, that people say one game can't save a system, but Metal Gear 4 dropped, and Sony's sales went from like 300,000 a month to like 800,000 a month.
Well, I think it was like because PlayStation was pretty high, even though a ton of people still bought it. People love PlayStation, but I think when the Slim finally launched, it was like game over for between them and the 360. Because then it was like a lot cheaper, a lot more accessibility, bigger hard drive. It was like, okay, this is over. So, yeah.
People learn from them. Sony made some mistakes there, but the reality is they had to be undercut, and Microsoft had to spend millions on a negative PR campaign.
Yeah.
To have any foothold at all, and I mean millions.
Xbox does what PlayStation don't.
No, not even that. I mean negative. Like when they launched Halo 3, they gave at the E3. They gave every person in the E3 the presentation show got a swag bag with a custom Gears of War. I mean, not Gears of War, a custom Halo with a helmet and like $1,000 worth of swag.
Damn.
It was a 360 custom 360 with Halo 3. They basically paid every journalist in the industry to give that game a good rating during the E3 video. And sure, they didn't say they were paying them, but if you're sitting in that fucking audience and they go, by the way, we're giving you a custom Xbox, that's going to sway your fucking opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tech Geek, what was that main game that we gave you a whole bunch of money on with the save edits? I can't remember. I always bring it up.
And also, I'm not saying Halo 3 was a bad game. It was an excellent game. I'm just saying when you hand out bags of basically cash.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna sway everything.
Oh yeah. No,
because Halo 3 wasn't a bad game. It was a very good conclusion.
I personally think this is a huge win for Steam. I think personally, in the last couple of years, Steam has been completely killing it.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh, go ahead.
I eventually, once I do have a little bit extra money, I'm more focused on 3D printing and stuff now. But I am going to get a hold of the Steam Deck because that would be definitely cool to have. But yeah, Steam is just branching out like as much as they can, and it's incredible.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, realistically, this cements Steam's place as the go-to place on PC, and it helps Microsoft transition to the third-party developers that they are, because I don't think people are going to care about a branded Xbox PC when they can use all the Steam features on their PC, and most people don't. Like, how many people upgrade their PCs often, right? Like
every 2 years. Every 2 years, usually.
Don't they? Yeah, but that's not most. Don't they have numbers where they talk about like the majority of people on Steam have PCs that are ridiculously old?
Well, yeah, like I was just saying, most people are running either like 1060s or like 2060s.
Yeah,
so yeah.
This doesn't change the market. It helps them become what they should have been for a while now, which is a really dominant third-party developer. They have a lot of developers. They have a lot of IP. It's time for them to start doing that and maybe farm some of that IP out. Maybe go to Naughty Dog and go, hey, Naughty Dog, we want you to relaunch one of our older games. We want you to take our IP and turn it into something. Or go to CD Projekt Red and be like, we're looking to relaunch Fable, because I don't think the new Fable is going to be any good. But like, they could have went to CD Projekt Red and they could have farmed out Fable to them.
I don't know. Fable is weird because I don't care for Fable. I don't think it's a good game at all. But that's me. That's me. But the fan base that they do have behind them is huge, and they love the game.
No, it's not. Oh my God, that's the problem. You know the last one. You know what? I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna shut you down on it.
So, as Tech Geek ordered a Anycubic S1 combo. Anycubic.
That's what I ordered.
That's what you ordered?
Yeah.
So that's what he's waiting for.
So, Tech Geek, when did you order? I ordered mine on March 11th, and I still haven't got a shipping notice. And like I was saying earlier on the podcast, one guy on the Reddit, on the Anycubic Reddit, said he actually emailed them, and they said, yeah, it probably ain't going to show up till probably mid-April because they're waiting for customs.
Okay.
And he loves Fable, by the way. Oh, they also just announced.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not bad-mouthing Fable. I'm saying, as a third party, Microsoft has the opportunity to save these franchises that could be good with developers that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, so Fable 1, 3 million, Fable 2, 5 million, but Fable 3, 3.5 million. They do not have a massive fan base. They fell off on that one. All I'm saying is, again, you go to a company, hell, they have Bethesda in-house. Why not ask Bethesda to build a Fable game?
Yeah.
Instead, they put together a new studio, and I don't think it's going to be good. Because every new studio Microsoft makes always has a problem.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's probably because they're taught. It's not the talent, but it's the people above that they have to go to.
Like I was saying,
approval.
Yeah,
it's those investors.
Like this sort of thing. I don't know if you were on that podcast with me, when I pointed this out. As long as Skyrim's been around, okay, Skyrim has been out for as long as, to the point where, like, I think like the second or third Elder Scrolls was out, and if
what? No, Skyrim is Elder.
No,
Skyrim is the fourth Elder Scrolls, so it couldn't have been out before the other two.
Skyrim's the fourth. Anyway.
Yes, so that means it couldn't have been out before the third or the second.
No. That's not what I meant. I'm saying, say if the graphics were as like the first game, okay. Say if Skyrim looked and played like the first Elder Scrolls, because that's how much time has passed between the first Elder Scrolls and, you know what I mean, and our delay till the next Elder Scrolls. So that's what I'm saying. If it's not a complete jump in gameplay, mechanics, everything, I don't care about what's happening in that game.
They need to update, or they're about to be buried by CD Projekt Red, because the next Witcher is going to come out, and the Witcher 3 is already a far better engine and game.
Oh yeah, it is.
In some ways, people love Skyrim, and Skyrim is phenomenal because of the way you can like mod it and all that crap. But if they don't do something different, they're just going to be looked at and laughed at because there have been multiple open world RPGs of the last few years
that have done way better.
Like, again, Kingdom Come Deliverance is phenomenal in comparison to Skyrim. It's not as moddable.
I don't know.
But
Skyrim with AI is pretty crazy.
Oh yes, that's what the people are doing.
The mod.
Great stuff
man,
with that.
Yeah, but that's nothing. Todd, what do you got? Yeah, was it Todd Howard? Yeah.
Oh no,
that's nothing that Todd Howard's responsible for.
Nothing to do with that.
No, so
like great things, dude. It's kind of insane. Like I said, Skyblivion. I'm going to be playing the hell out of that because Oblivion's my favorite one behind Daggerfall, and I can't really play Daggerfall anymore. Even with the Unity graphics, it kind of like.
Yeah,
I need something brand new.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Imagine if Skyrim looked like Daggerfall. That's what like if the next Elder Scrolls even anything like Skyrim, I'm gonna be like, this is sad.
It's gotta be like Unreal 5, like looking like
and the mechanics gotta be changed too, completely
realistic.
Like
Okay, I don't want to backtrack, but Bazinga, remember how you said you watched like 5 episodes and couldn't get into One Piece?
Yeah.
The typical rule is you have to make it to episode 35.
Yeah, okay. There was like 5 episodes. But that's 5 episodes.
But that's like the original Naruto season 2. It's the same way.
But there was one. There was a couple. There was a couple episodes where he was like, there was a big fight brewing, but he was like crawling on the ground, just crying, and I'm like,
it is a well-known thing in anime fandom, and that is, it's same thing with Naruto, but in this case, you get to episode 35, and it's been like 20 episodes of this girl who's like strong-headed and pig-headed. Her name's Nami. She refuses to ask for help, and long story short, her village is like held hostage, right?
I watched the live-action one.
That scene.
That's why I watched the original.
It's okay on the live action, but if you make it 35 episodes and you see the scene where she's crying and she says, "Luffy, help me," that you watch that episode, and it's
more meaningful.
If you like, you like anime, you see that episode and go, "Okay, I'm hooked on this show now."
Okay. Yeah.
But you have to make it that far. It's the same thing with Naruto. You don't get hooked on Naruto until they fight the Mist guy.
Yeah.
I
you're
never got into anime. It wasn't for me.
It takes time, dude. Check out Solo Leveling. That shit's fun. You know what? Check out Demon Slayer. You'll get into it with that.
I've watched a season of that.
Demon Slayer is great and easy to get into. Sorry.
Anyway, so that's been gaming.
Fuck Microsoft, we're back.
That's been gaming, everybody. Before we get into tech and life, we are going to have a word from our sponsor.
And I'm going to go eat. Sorry I was late, guys.
Enjoy.
Hey, kids. It's time to check out the Dorkening Podcast Network. With over 30 podcasts that encompass everything from horror to video games to comic books, and so much more, you're bound to find the shows for your taste. Whether it be Nerds of Unusual Origin, That Strange Show, Retro Red Octopus, Splash Pages, Throwdown Thursday, The Horror Squad, Still Talking with, my God, man, I can't read all of these. So just feel free to play and experiment with the Dorkening Podcast Network. There are over 30 shows chock full of nerdy goodness to sink your ears into. And they're all available on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, and wherever fine podcasts are broadcast.
Tonight.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Redoctopus Cinema Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite seems trying to say is that on Retro Red Octopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorkening Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Octopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books, then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways Podcast Network. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
We are back. AI, everybody. So crazy. Oh my god. So we're gonna get tech in life. Mostly we're gonna get tech and life kind of stuff. Like how useful is our tech in our life? The reason why it made me think of like doing a broader topic like this is because today was announced at the NVIDIA whatever conference going on. They're working with the company that owns Kentucky Hut.
Excuse me?
KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That they are going to be rolling out AI at the end of this month. Not the end of next month. At the drive-thru.
Oh, Jesus.
And they're going to be using NVIDIA's Neuralink, whatever network thing, to be powering it.
What's the even point? Just order on your phone.
Oh yeah. I hate it so bad now. If a fast food place does not have the option to order from my phone, I get so annoyed.
I get annoyed just because there's just so many deals when you get it on your phone.
Well, no, I just mean for the convenience in general.
Yeah, because you can just call, you drive up, use my code, and you drive away.
We have mom and pop shops even have apps that run on your phone or their website. You can just order on there.
Yeah.
So
sometimes I'm a little. I'm like, are they keeping up with this? Because I don't know if it's working or not.
No, most of them work.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's so easy to do nowadays, but this is gonna be interesting. I really want to know what the hell I wish we had a Kentucky Hut. Damn it. There's only one exists in the world, and it's in Puerto Rico. It's the last one. Anyway. The great things are taken away. I need to order from Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken all at the same time. Damn it! I need some mashed potatoes and biscuits, a pizza, and a taco.
A Saft taco.
A taco. Although I am going to be making some crunchy dipping tacos tomorrow night. But anyway,
I had meatloaf tonight.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah.
But we're addicted to those pizza rolls.
Oh, the pizza rolls. Yeah.
It's so easy to make, and they are freaking delicious. Just a bunch of pepperoni and cheese.
Yeah. Well, it's like small pepperoni bread, pretty much. But
yeah.
And
they fill you up real quick. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. But other than food, what have we been? Is there anything we've caught on the televisions? Well, not that we were watching anything on television. I don't know how many watch people on television, but we watch things on like Netflix and streaming other services.
Catching up with Reacher. There's a few episodes left of that. Yeah. Daredevil's pretty good.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of it yet?
No. Dave was saying it's incredible.
Yeah. I'm hoping. What's today? Tuesday. Oh, that'll be tomorrow. I'm hoping the next episode will have like some action because it's been a lot of court shit.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fine, but it's just the build up, you know. And then I watched that Electric State movie.
Oh, I've been meaning to check that out because I love. So, do you know what that's from?
Is it art?
Yeah, so there was an art book a guy did. It's a whole art piece. He also did, I forget what gallery he featured him at and stuff like that. This was years ago. Incredible artwork. Friggin' guy's incredible. It's a utopian like future that kind of goes to hell and you don't know why, and it's very liminal space looking. Mm-hmm. Absolutely incredible though. And obviously they made a TV show on it. that looks pretty good. So was it?
It was okay. It had its good parts. Like it's really hard when you try to base it off of art. So I don't know how well it.
So I've seen some of the clips and stuff like that, and they do capture the scenes that he does portray.
All right,
but except in his artwork, there's no people or anything. So it's very desolate.
My only issue is, even though it wasn't, it cost what, $350 million or something like.
Oh yeah,
one of the highest ones. It felt kind of cheap. I don't know to me. Like, well, most of it was CGI or whatever. But,
yeah, I'm sure a lot of it's CGI.
Some of it was good. Some of it was just like.
They're not building 10-foot animatronicals.
Yeah.
Freaking Christ.
Yeah. But
holy.
It was different. I do like it kind of had that Wall-E aspect.
Okay.
Because basically everybody went onto VR.
Yeah.
And they were living their lives through VR.
Yeah.
And just sitting at home. When they went to school, they were using VR headsets.
Yeah.
Rather than be in person. They were in person in the class.
Yeah. And
she refused to do it in school. When they're like, we're going to have to call your parents. And then she was like, yeah, they're dead. So, but it was good, but it wasn't like $350 million good.
Oh. Yeah.
But you'll have to check it out yourself.
Yeah, my sister's trying to get me to watch the show Landman, and I'm like,
I heard that's good.
I don't know. Yeah, I heard it's good, but I read the description. I'm like, is this just a remake of Dallas?
Okay.
It's probably not close. It's nothing like that, but that makes me think of that anyway. Because I don't know why. But obviously, Wheel of Time is back. Holy crap!
Who was Brian? Somebody brought that up today too. Ridge likes Wheel of Time.
Okay. Did he read the books?
No, I don't know, but I told him that a lot of people are upset because it's not going with the books.
It's
kind of, sort of, but not.
It's kind, and they're doing things out of order.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're doing the fourth and parts of the fifth book before the third book. Because they feel they want to have Rand discover who he is before he goes to the Stonest Tier and gets a Sword of Kalimdor.
Does he find out who he is in the book?
No, because in the
discover himself.
In the third book, he is still trying to really discover who is the dragon, who is he, who was he, when he goes to the Stone of Tyr and gets the Sword of Kalimdor. He is still pretty lost. I would say Rand is pretty lost until the sixth or seventh book. But yeah, that's what they said they want to do, and I understand that. And we're gonna get some cool scenes because we're gonna see the Aield Waste and stuff like that. We're gonna get some, and holy crap! Even though it wasn't done the way it was in the book at all, wasn't even close. But the scene was incredible when the Black Aja were revealed. Holy shit! Oh, they had to spend some time with some special effects with 100 freaking Aes Sedai all freaking hurling spells everywhere in this giant hall. Oh, it was incredible. People getting heads lopped off. Oh, it was so awesome.
Just keep in mind that the what do you say? The ads or the promotion material that they use does not show you what the show's about. Because it's but it doesn't show anything. Because you'd be like, oh, it's about these wizards. No. It's about these people. No, it's not about that.
It's a very big story. You gotta remember, it's 15 books.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure
it's a very big story.
When you look at ads for, or not the new Lord of the Rings, but there's old Lord of the Rings stuff. Okay, you can kind of get an idea.
Even then, you don't really get a good idea about the whole brand of it, the bigger scope. And I would say you don't even really get a bigger scope. You can read the main 3 Lord of the Rings books, and you can kind of get a scope of the overall what's going on. But I would say you still don't get it until you read The Hobbit and all the other works and stuff, because there's such a bigger, broad part of that story.
Of course, there's in anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the promotion kind of sucks.
It kind of sucks. Well, yeah, because you don't know exactly what the heck it's. Yeah, but there's really, I don't know how you would actually isolate it. I don't know what you would isolate without leaving something out. Like, it would take me a friggin' hour video just to explain what wheel time is.
Well, that's why there's professionals.
Like, but even then, though, I would criticize them. But wait, well, you left this up. I'd be sitting there forever because there's a lot of stuff.
I bet if Grib was here, he could tell you exactly what they could do.
Oh my god, I'm sure he could
to make it make a little bit of sense.
I am sure he could. Anyway,
don't doubt the Grimster.
Yeah.
The Goots, don't doubt the Goots.
Don't doubt the Goots. I'm sure he could, but like the same as I could. But someone's going to criticize it. Like I said, you need like for me just to explain wheel time, it would take like an hour-long video about what the wheel is and how it. Yeah, and the dark one, who the dark one is, and the Manetheren, and all the war that happened before, and the legacy, and how things repeat themselves, and all this other shit. There's so much shit that goes on.
Like you heard about the Harry Potter show they're gonna have on HBO Max. Yeah, you should look into who they casted as Snape.
Oh,
yeah, it's gonna be like a lot of. It's very controversial right now. Yeah, because like people are making good points. Because that's not good. Plus, the description of Snape in the book is not anywhere close to who this person is, unless they CGI him.
But in fairness, though, people at this point, the core fan base of Harry Potter likes Harry Potter. They don't give a shit about the canon that's involved with the author.
I know, except for this part.
Well, I know, but
this one part.
Yeah, because there is a whole subculture that's showing, that's kind of creating their own lore around Harry Potter, and that's becoming more popular than the main lore. So, and that's just due to people hate the author. Some people do. You lose your control over your own creation when your fan base hates you.
That's the new Snape.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, he doesn't look. Obviously, that's not even close to description. But he doesn't look like Snape either. But he's close, but he's not it. Like he doesn't look like Snape either.
But like, you think Harry's mother would have went for Harry's father or Snape, or Harry's father or this guy?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Because he's good looking.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, but that's him as a. That's just, we don't know what he's gonna look like.
Like I said, we don't know what they're gonna do.
We don't know what he's gonna look like as a wizard. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of, like, I've seen a lot of people like, what?
Yeah.
Just like the Snow White.
I know.
That's failing miserably right now.
Oh yeah, that gal that's died.
They're saying she looks more like Lord Farquaad.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible.
Because like her versus Gal Gadot.
Oh geez, yeah.
Who's a freaking supermodel.
Yeah.
Why would she be like Mirror on the Wall? Who's the fairest? Of course, Gal Gadot is.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, so funny. It's so funny.
Jesus Christ. So one show, absolutely, Apple freaking. There's so many good shows on Apple TV. I think that's the one streaming service that has like completely.
Do you actually pay for that one?
No. But that has, their shows are incredible though. Mm-hmm. Every single show they put out, like just about every single show they've put out, is it absolutely amazing. And Severance is literally, it's the top rated show they have. It's one of the top rated shows in general for streaming. Absolutely incredible show. And that's obviously created by Ben Stiller and I forget the writer. Absolutely incredible show. Like the cinematography is insane in that movie. In that show. And the cinematographer, like when she came on, like before this one of the episodes, where they did this scene where the camera pans sideways, and then you see it go like through the floor, across wires, and onto another floor with 4 other people sitting around these cubicle. And she was on social media, and she's like, "So you guys know that none of that shot was CGI."
So they had a broken up building?
No, they had, it was a set. Yeah. But they had her like going through this like hole and tunnel across wires to film it. It's like,
there's shows that
there's the work she put in to get this shot is, and the fact that it's so cool that when they're filming, like when they film the innies, they do it in digital.
They film the what?
When they film the innies, they do it in digital.
What the hell's an innie?
So Severance, the idea of the show is that you are your personality, you get split. So when you're at work, you are somebody else. Your consciousness gets split, so you never know you're at work.
Okay.
So the only thing you know is, you went to work, and then also, I'm going home. But the other half of you, all it knows is work. So it clocks out, it's just clocking back in next second.
So you're a drone?
Kinda. But they're
no feel, you just do your job.
No. They have full personalities. They're real people.
Damn it!
Which is like their personality. Which is
I need no personality. I'm just. I don't want to. No more. I don't want to get up in the morning and go to work. No, I just wake up and go to work. And then I come home. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm home.
Well, no. Obviously, they start rebelling and all this other stuff because they're their own personality. They're their own person.
That's
kind of thing. So that's the idea. So they're called the innies. So when they're filming in like The Office and stuff like that, they film in digital. When they film scenes from that are in the real world, they use film.
Practical.
Yeah, which is so to give it a different look, and she was even talking about like how when you film in film, even like there's some of the best like they have like the best digital cameras there are out there to use, like probably the most high end whatever the top one Red is making right now. She's says like they still get more vibrance out of like real film.
It's all about the lenses, man.
Yeah.
With the real film, they were like, whew.
Yeah,
it's just so different.
So
that's why a lot of people try to get those old lenses converted, so they can use them on the newer cameras and stuff.
Well, that's like with Eggers. Eggers had his friend when he was making the Lighthouse. He got a lens from the 1940s that he had a friend 3D print apart so they could fit it onto a 4K Red camera.
Wow, man.
So they wanted a certain look.
Yeah.
So it's oof.
We really got to get Ben over to start writing our shit.
Yeah.
I want to film.
Anyway.
The spring has started.
Yeah, the spring has started. Yeah,
it's time to get moving.
So we don't have much time in this podcast. So let's get into life in tech, and what I want to get into is tech really benefiting our lives? How is tech really benefiting our lives? And it's a really fundamental question. Like the reason one got me thinking is because there's people that like obviously they get de-Googled phones, or they get the the e-ink phones that don't do a whole lot, and they think that's like changing their lives.
It's not. If they want to do that, get a freaking flip phone, or an old text phone, not a freaking internet phone.
Yeah, not an internet phone. Yeah,
just get a classic phone where you have to type with T9 and shit if you want to go that way.
Yeah, but they don't want to type with T9 though.
Too freaking bad. I don't tell you. Because even the e-ink phones that are out now play video.
Yeah,
it's
they do.
Terrible, but
it's god awful. But the idea is that you're just texting with it, or people just use it to call, which is if that's those people doesn't get an old phone.
Yeah,
but
we'll call it a boomer phone.
Call it a boomer phone. Yeah, yeah. That's what. And I don't know. And there's people that tune out, like, oh, hey, don't use these big services like Windows and all these other things, and don't use Google and docs like that. Like, is that really practical, though, in our day and age? Can you do that?
It depends on what you need it for.
Well, a lot of people's jobs rely on it.
If your job relies on tech and you want to get out of tech, become a hermit. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, no, like for instance, like especially at our company, the software that we use, a whole bunch of other companies use.
Mm-hmm. Does it work for them?
Well, no, I'm just saying in general. So to get out of it, it's not a practicality.
Oh no.
You would have to like get a job in like construction. Who knows? They might even use. I don't even know.
Everybody has their own.
Yeah.
That's like when people go to college and then they go to a job and it's nothing that they learned.
Yeah, because the colleges are out of date.
Well, it's not even that. It's just they only have one way to train. Like the job you get might use Google. The other job you might use Microsoft. So everybody has their own way of doing that particular
Oh yeah, but they're talking about the big conglomerates. Be like, oh, get away from the big conglomerates because things. But you can't.
No, because it all comes like. What is good is there are some that are compatible.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember what it used to be called. OpenOffice was compatible with Microsoft.
Yeah.
Office or
I use LibreOffice and that's compatible with Word and everything else. But that's what I use because I'm not paying for Office, obviously. And that converts all like documents.
But that's not even a system.
No.
But like,
and obviously there's stuff like Google Drive, which eventually we are going to get away from. I am eventually going to build add on to the server, and there's going to be the ability for us to, from anywhere we are, we can upload anything to it.
Is there an app for it?
There'll be an app for it, yeah.
Is there something you could download on the PC for an app for that?
Yeah.
Really? I don't have to open a web browser?
No, you can do it by web browser, by app. You can do it by
No, that's what I'm asking. Is there like an EXE file that I could open?
I think there's, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because logging in and to all this crap.
But it'll allow us for, especially if we're on like the go, if we're filming something on a site somewhere else, we're not filming with regular cameras, we're filming with our cell phones, we can go ahead and upload that footage to the server. So it's ready to be edited right away.
Cool.
That's my plan for eventually in the future. Instead of paying for like a Google Drive or something like that and doing it, we'll get 100%. There'll be no, like, Google Drive compresses a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we don't lose anything that way, where I can set it so it doesn't decompress. So on certain things.
Do you pay for Google Drive?
I pay for
extra gig or something?
Yeah, something like that. Or it's a terabyte or something like that. I forget what it is. It's a lot. Anyway, it's not a lot of money. It's like $3, but so it's not. But there are ways to get away. But I don't see how people function in this day and age if you want to get like away from tech, or the people that are like opposed to tech.
Move to the Midwest and go work at a freaking small mom and pop shop that doesn't use tech. They use an old ringing up register. Ching, 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 ching.
But how do you
go dig holes?
Go dig holes.
But then you'll get the super shovel 5000, the new technology of shoveling.
The super shovel 5000. Well, but is it practical? Are you actually doing yourself a disservice?
Of course, because a lot of the technology is supposed to be making things easier.
Yes.
Even though some things don't. Some things waste time that you don't need to be wasting when you could be doing other things. I'm not going to say any examples.
Apparently, yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously, there's caveats to it because people are addicted to their phones, and I get that. Oh, your smartphone, yeah. I get it. You're addicted to your phone. That's not the phone's fault. Okay?
But some jobs give you a phone, so that adds to the problem anyway.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get out of it. But,
well, yeah, then you're not getting... You can't... No, that's not... Oof. Yeah, it's not a thing.
Like, if you're addicted to a phone, like, and they give you a phone, you're going to have that on the side. Be like, oh, I can use that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah. But in general, our cars are smarter, which I think it's good and it's a bad thing, because when things go wrong in newer cars,
so hard to fix.
It's a pain in the ass.
It costs way too much.
Yeah. But that could be fixed if we got more politicians on the side of right to repair, which we did, but they distinctly had in the thing they signed, was it last year or 2 years ago? Oh, but the audio company's exempt from it. What?
I think another thing that they need to do to help with technology is make a proprietary EV plug.
Oh, yeah, make that proprietary.
Like, come on, that should have been day one. Like, I don't know how big of an issue it is, but whenever I see like people having problems, it's because, it wasn't compatible. I have the adapter, but it still wouldn't work, type of thing. It should just be all the same. Why does it have to be different?
Yeah. Oh. But that's the way it's been tech for like years, though.
But we finally got to the USB thing, the USB-C thing, where most of it uses USB-C.
Yeah, but if you look at computers, though, from when the beginning,
Sony is the number one freaking
Well, I know,
jackass to that.
But if you look at like from the 80s up to like the mid 90s, like IBM, Apple, like all these Compaq, all had their own proprietary ports going on.
Ridiculous.
Like it's always at the beginning of tech, and then it takes some time, and then people go, oh, okay, hold on here. Like when we got USB became a standard, and USB-A was a standard. But then we started doing USB Mini and Mini Micro, and oh my god, it's stupid.
Like I love this mouse, but it's got USB Mini or Micro.
Yeah, my wireless mouse has Mini too,
and it's annoying because
yeah.
So I don't have many cables like that. I also have like a wireless guitar system for my guitars that use this, and I'm like, I gotta get ones with USB-C. It's just so much easier.
I mean, you can convert them. I have a whole bunch of USB-C boards, but they're paying. It's a little bit of work, but like there's even ways to convert like old retro game systems to run off USB-C.
One of the issues with tech that it's always expanding. It's always changing.
Yes.
So some people don't do well with adapting to change.
But okay. This is my question with people like that. Okay. They've adapted their whole life with other tech. Why is it all of a sudden a problem?
I don't know. I only want to carry cash.
Okay, those people. That's a whole nother argument. But as far as tech, that's what I don't get. Like, it's not that hard, and like it's and I have no. Like, I get it. Like, it's maybe not something they're into. They don't want to wrap their head around it.
Yeah, they just want to go to work and do what they know they can do.
They know they can.
They don't want to have to fiddle and faddle and figure out how to use this and then mess it all up and be like, I don't know what I did. I was doing what you told me. I guess I hit the wrong button.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
And we're just talking about phones. We're not even talking about being on a computer or anything.
Yeah, no, and I get that. But I don't know. If people push themselves a little further, they could learn some things, I think. Just like a cat. Anyway. Because it's fairly simple devices, and I think a lot of it is just fear.
Some of it's, like you said, fear, but it's fear of breaking it. The tech, fear of messing something up. Oh, I deleted Windows, something like that, a lot of it's because, like, for instance, printer breaks at work. What would Tony Camper do? Hey, Nate, the printer's broken. I don't know how to fix that.
I know.
Me and you,
but
we'll rip that thing to pieces and figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But there's other people. It's not just, like, it's young people, too. It's not...
So the other direction.
There's young people, too, that, like, just don't get, like...
They just don't care.
It's...
a lot of the younger people, they want simplicity. They just want it to work. They don't want to push hard.
Well, and I do personally think all our major corporations have gone too far with numbers. way too far.
They need to go back to basics and be like, okay, how do we get this to work like it used to?
Well, this is something Tony Camper said. Okay, I was discussing with him and he pointed out, as I was saying to him, that the entrepreneurs, the founders of companies, and that were around, like, for any company for the first founding years, and you see all the innovations that happened because the entrepreneurs were there, the ones in charge, the ones that actually think of things and see the waste and go, yeah, we're not doing that. That's stupid. Those are the people, but those people eventually go away, and we get the people they hired, which are the college-educated idiots who know how to run numbers, but that's all they know how to do. When they try to innovate, it's terrible.
Yeah, because they've never been hands-on. They've just got taught it in school, and then they go to this place, and it's different.
But then they try to innovate and think of something. Oh, we'll do this instead. It's like, are you thinking
was that necessary?
Are you thinking that on a practical level? What made you come to that conclusion? Like, how is that creative? How is that helping us? How is that not wasting more time? Mm-hmm. Did you think of it completely through? Because I don't think you did. Yeah, because they're not creative.
Yeah, and then they're like, why aren't we making billions and billions of dollars anymore?
But
the exact reason why you're not.
But the other problem with that, too, is the more creative people are not college educated.
Yeah. And that's like you said, what is it, Google or was it Elon that wasn't hiring?
Well, no. Okay, so that's just tech in general. That's IBM, Google, Cisco, all these companies do not hire if you have a college education. They will not take it. You need CompTIA certification. Because that gets updated every 2 years and is completely verbed on all the new tech that is out within the last 2 years because they need you on the cutting edge or you're useless to them.
Yeah.
Where colleges are 10 years behind.
It's like, oh, you want a job here at Apple? What do you use for a phone? I have the iPhone 5.
It's like, what?
Excuse me?
Oh, and I have Mountain Lion. I'm like, Mac. What?
What do you use for a cell service? JoeBlows.com. But that's their own certification. That's to make sure people are in there. But I'm saying people that are entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are not people that stay in the lanes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are the innovators. These are the people that need to be in charge of these companies. Not the number pushers that know how to calculate numbers. Ooh, you can put together a spreadsheet so well. Really? Tell me how to increase my sales without giving me a damn number. Christ. Well, I think that they need to look into how much they're actually paying these big guys too, because I think it's like too much. Because of the numbers, they're looking at their numbers too.
Well, no, I think that they need to look at the people that they have and generate the reports. Those people's jobs are useless, and are they really needed?
Computers do all that now.
Yeah.
I need the TPS report from last Tuesday. Yeah.
But those people still exist.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, this is where I think we're losing people with, and why people get so it's disconnected with tech, is because things like that happen, and they go, wait, what are we doing here? We're losing our way because of tech. And it's not because of tech. It's because of people like that.
Yeah, and a big part of it's investors.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to innovate, you go to the investors and try to get money, but they don't feel safe about taking that chance, and they want you to just go with what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, that's why, it's one show that highlighted.
It's all about money that stops shit.
And the one show that highlighted that really well, that whole dynamic happening, was the show, Succession.
What?
Succession.
Oh, I never heard of it.
Yeah, because what's his name? Cox there, older actor. He plays like the main father. And he's like the innovator. He formed the company, which is and stuff like that. And one of his sons has a fairly creative brain and stuff like that. The other ones are kind of rigid and stuff like that, and one is very rigid. Like, you can see where that dynamic is, and you can see where okay, we've really lost our way. And he sees it too, because he doesn't want to let go of the company. He doesn't know who to pick to become the successor to the company when he dies, because there's nobody that has that flair or that fire. All they know is the numbers. And you see it too in the show I was talking about, Severance, because one of the innies is the alternate version of the main person that's going to eventually become the CEO of Lumen, which is the company that's in the show. And her father eventually encounters her innie and basically tells her, oh yeah, he's like, I don't love my daughter like the other personality. He's like, you actually have the fire in you to run this company. Talking about the other personality who's willing to be rebellious, willing to push the boundaries, and not just go by the numbers.
Yeah. And guess what I'm learning about tomorrow? Numbers.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So, yeah. In the end, people, tech is not the enemy. There's going to be new innovative tech all the time. It's when we push the boundaries. And that's the good reason. The main reason why I say don't get an iPhone every year. Wait 3-4 years. I mean, I went from an iPhone 11 to an iPhone 15. You can wait. And I can tell you there's actually not much difference at all between the two, 11 and 15. No. Absolutely not much
There's
at
a
all.
lot from the iPhone 5.
Okay.
That's the last iPhone I had.
Yeah.
So now I got the 16.
But yeah, so there's no need for it. Tech doesn't need that. You don't need to keep on pushing the same thing. That was a number push. Like Apple could wait 2 years or 3 years to release a new phone, but they don't.
Yeah, and now that they give, they all get the same update for 5 years or something like that.
Yeah,
and then most of the updates work on the phone, and then older phones get the update, but some of the things that they don't have, they're not getting an update for.
No,
but with these new chips, they're great.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. Yeah. So, in the end, we need to push forward. Don't be ignorant, and tech is going to advance this world beyond what we can even imagine. Like, the world the way it is now, I couldn't imagine it looked the way it does in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Well, just think of it this way. From when we started our YouTube channel to now, and the cameras that we've used.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we started with the T6i or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got the M50, and now we got the Black Magic, and we got the freaking DJI handheld thing. We got a freaking drone. We have drones.
Yeah.
That we can buy. The GoPro little handheld cameras. When we were kids, it was freaking camcorders. And they went for a while. And the VHS ones, and then the VHCs or whatever the hell they were.
Yeah.
So a lot changed then, and it's just that much has changed, and that's just in the video format.
Yeah, and I was watching X-Files yesterday, and then the guy was talking to the other character, like this one scientist talking to Scully, and he's like, "Oh yeah, technology is advancing." He's like, "These chips." He's like, "I just saw a study yesterday. They're inventing chips so people can move what do you call it, a mouse cursor with their brain." And I'm like, "Wow, that's a reality now."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a complete reality now.
And how old was that episode? Was that an original?
That was from 93, I think, or 94.
Wow.
So, yeah, we've come a long way. Technology is going to make your life better. Living in a field with nothing is not going to I mean, it might be peaceful. I can enjoy that. I can enjoy some peace. I love the peace and quiet. I love going out in the woods and it's nice and quiet, of course. But I also like the advancements of tech and how easy it makes our lives and how comfortable it makes our lives.
And everybody needs a little radiation once in a while.
A little radiation. Oh yeah. That could be a whole discussion. And there's so much we're learning from the exclusion zone in Ukraine. With Chernobyl.
Oh yeah.
Because there's animals now that are evolving and plants that eat radiation, and these animals' bodies are not being decayed by that type of radiation that normally would decay our cells. And it's not in the animals.
So they've evolved to survive with
survive that radiation.
Wow. Is their internals different?
No. Their bodies just learn how to fight it off different.
Huh.
The same with the plants. There's plants there that they're obviously investigating and taking and researching. Okay, well, if these plants are eating this type of radiation, we can use it to clean up radioactive sites.
Oh, yeah. Now, I heard there was like some explosions there.
Oh yeah, that's a whole
did it bring up some of the radiation?
I'm sure it did, but
did it?
I'm sure because it breached that wall. Yeah.
No, I was just wondering if it made it bad again.
Yeah, I don't know how bad it is, but yeah. But the fact that that's advancing, like that's technology, people. We're going to be able to, and
that's organic technology.
Well, and we're going to need technology like that, especially once we get into being an interstellar species, because there's some absolutely insanely killer radiation out in the universe that could kill us in a couple seconds.
And I'm sure other planets have a bacteria that'll eat your eye out.
Oh, yeah. So, but just in general, radiation, if we have better radiation shields or things that can eat radiation, we can help protect ourselves. So, and that's technology, people.
Yeah.
So,
get through that radiation belt in space.
Indeed. But this has been Talking Gaming and Tech. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more gaming topics and tech topics, and we'll have more grim rants because I'm sure he's going to have more.
All right. For the latest and greatest in gaming and tech, Tech Prime Media.
Yeah.
It's like I can get over there. I can feel it.
No, I can't.